Welcome to Money Adventures with TK, a podcast for the ordinary young African who is determined to get their personal finances right. Willing to have a better relationship with your money? Well, this podcast is for you.
Alright, welcome back to episode 4 of Money Adventures. My goodness, it's growing, and I love it. Bomela Wandat, ladies and gentlemen. I have in studio, and I always call it a studio because I can record from literally anywhere. I have a lady who claims to be a thought leader.
Claims to be.
But you can be a thought leader. I am talking to the Thakane Shale. So people who are like, but as is customs, inspired by Label Lion, my guests will also introduce themselves. Hello, beautiful lady.
Hi, TK.
How are you doing?
Good.
So firstly, you literally dodged the bullet when it comes to Talks About Linford episode 6. And then you dodged the recording because you had to dash off to Johannesburg. And then how dare you call me up this morning and be like, I'm ready to record. I am ready to record.
I'm a busy woman. What can I say?
Busy woman. Out here grinding and making the money. So who is Thakane Shale?
Okay, Thakane. I am recently 30. I tell that to everybody.
So my 30th was the nerdy 30 because I'm such a nerd. What was yours?
My 30s are thriving 30s.
Thriving?
Yes.
Thriving financially, thriving sexually, thriving
not so much sexually. Yes, thriving corporate, thriving in my passion. Like I was saying, I am a writer and I don't claim to be a thought leader. I am a thought leader.
You know, there's something interesting about people asserting themselves to say that I am a thought leader. So I like that. I absolutely like it. Yeah.
I can assert myself like I am a thought leader.
Yeah. So for me, from a publisher to a thought leader to an advocate to climbing the corporate ladder, I mean, what's your money story? What would you say is your money adventure? What's your relationship with money?
My relationship with money is... I'm trying to fit it in one word. I think it's getting better.
It can be a sentence.
It's a work in progress.
Okay.
And it's getting really better.
Okay.
Yes.
How did you get to it's getting really better?
Education. Reading, listening to podcasts. Yours, for example. TV shows, everybody. Because it's just been... I started out with very little information. And I started out with very little sense, actually.
So in the last conversation we had via WhatsApp, you were firstly thriving 30s. You're like, I just got interest paid. And then you tagged me on Facebook, rich gang vibes, and I was quite excited about that because I'm a big advocate, December to my whole, small things done consistently over time can really build wealth,
Okay.
Small principles. So I want to know, how do you keep up with the pressure?
The financial pressure.
Any kind of pressure.
It's funny we should be talking about pressure because the past 2 days have been all about how our lives are run by the pressure that we put on ourselves, that society put on us. So I've been in that pressure, mode or whatever. And I'm relating better to pressure now that I'm older. I feel like everything is getting better now that I'm older, honestly.
30s, there's something beautiful about 30, but it's also quite messy, hey?
For me, it's just been, I feel like I'm putting less pressure on myself. And because when I was in my 20s, I remember there was a period when I didn't have any money. I wasn't employed. I wasn't expecting any income from anywhere. And I fell into this deep depression because I kept saying to myself, no, you're 28. When you're 28, you should have 1, 2, 3. You're not having 1, 2, 3, so you're failing at life. And then now that I'm 30, I keep asking, like, who even sets these timelines? Who even says by 30 you should have certain things? So now I'm relaxed and I'm much more relaxed about it now.
And earlier on you mentioned that you are working podcasts, books, seminars. people like TK and Mapalo. Mapalo is also doing amazing stuff, But how vulnerable were you at that point to say that, you know what, my finances are an actual mess? How vulnerable
at
were
that
you?
point when I was under pressure? I wasn't, because I felt like everybody was doing good, so I also had to put up this facade where I'm doing good. And obviously it meant that I would spend money that I don't have, because I can't just say I can't come to drinks, guys, I can't afford it. If we are doing drinks, I'm there with my rent money, I'm there with honestly I'm there buying things, clothes with a store card. Things that when I look back now, I can simply just say, no, I'm not attending this event. I can afford it at this point.
And how do your friends relate to that? Like when you say, oh no, TK, I ain't coming to this event.
Do you want to know the funny thing? Now that I voiced it, like, guys, I can't afford certain things, everybody started saying, oh, me too. So I'm like, okay, so we were all lying. I'm trying to copy you, you're trying to copy me. Both of us are broke.
And we're trying to live up to this standard. Yes. Surprisingly, when I started my journey, it started with a blog post to say that my 7 biggest financial mistakes. And after that, people were just like, wait, so you too?
Yes! I read that post and I was thinking, oh, I thought TK is rich.
No, I really ain't. Well, my thoughts, I'm rich.
Yes.
And I'm manifesting all of that into my life. But I'm on the journey to literally growing my money from December to my whole.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did a blog post last week, Saturday, and I was very vulnerable. Like, okay, guys, I'm here, I'm turning 30. Here's how my money is at. I owe the bank, I owe TFG, and I'm just trying to grow from that. And everybody related, and I kept thinking, so we are all under this pressure to lie.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
I think we all are. Talking about that blog post, which I shared on my Facebook as well, because I read it and I loved it because it was very honest and authentic. But again, we had another conversation where you had to go visit the bank to have a conversation with the bank. Firstly, what triggered you to go to the bank? And then secondly, what was the conversation like?
Okay, unfortunately that conversation didn't happen. I tried to set up a meeting with...
You are listening to Money Adventures with TK. We'll be right back.
Double up with Clientcare Risk Consultant. Insure your car and get free tracker installation and subscription. Terms and conditions apply. Visit our offices at Premium House 224 Kingsway Road or call us at 22321768 or WhatsApp us at 56975710. Insurance and tracker in one house. Yes, we've got you covered.
And we're back.
We all are. Talking about that blog post, which I shared on my Facebook as well, because I read it and I loved it because it was very honest and authentic. But again, we had another conversation where you had to go visit the bank to have a conversation with the bank. Firstly, what triggered you to go to the bank? And then secondly, what was the conversation like?
Okay, unfortunately that conversation hasn't happened. I tried to set up a meeting with the person responsible for my account and they haven't been available. But what triggered it is I set myself down. I wrote down everything that I owe and everything that I own. I did that whole net worth calculation.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, I know I owe F&B around 27,000, but I wanted like a definite sum. So I wanted to sit down with them and tell them, okay guys, this is how much I'm making, this is how much I can afford, how do we get out of this? Because the one thing that I've told myself about my 30th year is that by the end of this year when I'm 31, I don't want to have any consumer debt.
Consumer debt?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your take on debt as a general? Because there's this belief that there's good debt and then there's bad debt. So what's your flavor?
I do believe that there's good debt, but I also really think you have to be very principled with debt. You have to make sure that you're responsible even in your good debt, because once you can afford it, it's very easy to fall into that trap. It's very easy to buy a house. You know, people keep saying, no, a house is an asset, but can you even afford your house? Do you even need your house?
Girl, talking about home loans, I have a home loan. I call it an entanglement. You know, I love my house. I love it, and I love what I'm doing with it. But it's also really, like you say, it's such a big decision. And it's a very long-term decision.
Yes.
You know, when I feel like, screw all of this, I want to relocate, like I was feeling a couple of days ago. You know?
Which I'm very want to do myself.
Exactly. Now you have this debt, but you know, like for me, I always say a house is a lifestyle asset. lifestyle asset in the sense that it enhances the quality of your life. Not necessarily. It becomes an actual asset when you are able to sell it and then make money or get a gain from it, But yeah, that's my 2 cents here.
I feel like with a house, everybody just says a house is an asset. Nobody even tells you that you need it to be in a good location. You need certain things. So people just take home loans to go build in Madibamatu. No.
If you can't sell it, and you can't really. Yeah.
Exactly. So these are the things that we are not being told. In fact, I want to say that we are not being told because it's like somebody bears the responsibility. These are the things that we are not researching.
Yes. I love the fact that you're owning it to see that. It's my decision because a lot of people will blame my parents not teach me this, which they probably should. And the second part is a lot of people expect the employer to also do that.
Of course.
So what's your role on the employer and providing such services? Or
I really think you're lucky if your employer provides such, but it's your responsibility. There's this quote, it wasn't even about finances that I love, but it was something like, what happened might not have been your fault, but healing from it is your responsibility.
Wow.
That was very powerful for me to say, okay, everything you should eat. It's your life. Stop saying the bank didn't teach me. Oh, there's this thing that I hate on Facebook and social media. They'll show you pictures of very beautiful places and go like the Africa that they don't show you on TV. Who's they? Why do they have to why are we always focused on they?
It's easier because you want to shift the responsibility to somebody else.
Yes.
And it's easier to not look at you and look at your numbers like you did with the calculations to see that actually this is how much I have.
And it's very hard to look at those numbers.
Those numbers scare me.
Because when you start out, there's a very big chance that your net worth is going to be in the negative. And you're thinking, oh my God, am I poor?
Well, the nice thing about being poor when you were young is you've got time to change the script and you have time to flip it over and start over again. But we are almost running out of time, so I want to find out. So you are a publisher and you are also a writer and an entrepreneur. How do you monetize or how do you fund your dreams?
From my employer, I must say I'm very thankful for my employer because my salary is what I'm using mainly to fund my dreams. The income is coming in now, but if I didn't have my job, I wouldn't be able to do certain things. So I actually, there's this thing where your salary is something they give you to forget your dreams. That is bull.
Ooh.
I actually wanted to say more than bull, but I don't know.
You can actually say it.
Okay, that is bullshit.
Yes.
That's the word I want.
I allow people to be vocal and
because
liberal.
now people are quitting their jobs to focus on their passions, and we must be truthful to say sometimes your passion is not going to pay off at the beginning.
Immediately.
Yes.
Immediately.
And you're not going to focus on your passion if you're broke.
Yeah.
You can't create if you're hungry.
Absolutely. And Lisa Nichols' video says that you need to see your employer as an investor in your dreams, And for me, it only starts with the small things.
Yeah.
Take a bit of your salary and fund your dreams, whether it's designing a logo, designing the website, whatever it is your dream is, but use the resources that you have to fund your dreams. So in less than 2 minutes, what's your 2021 as a 30-year-old young professional female looking like?
It's looking very bright. The future is bright. I'm very excited about 2021. I'm excited about being in my 30s. And I'm excited about this very honest journey that I'm on with my finances, with my dreams, and with my sex life, like you mentioned. Like everything is just so... Everything is vibrant.
But their sex life.
I'm very excited. Everything is...
I feel like by the end of 2021, people associate TK, the brand, as that guy who talks about sex. But there is a relationship between sex and money.
Yes.
Like there's a solid relationship.
Very strong one. Because these are things we don't talk about sex, we don't talk about money.
Alright. So I think we have less than 30 seconds left. Mm-hmm. What's your advice to somebody who's younger and somebody who's starting out their career and then somebody who is in their 30s trying to find and navigate the finances?
One thing I'll say is you don't need a store card. Like, I can't stress this enough. And also you have to be honest about where you are in life and where you are in your finances. Like, just speak up. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. It's no big deal. And take off the pressure. There's really no need to put an age limit on things you should do.
from marriage to weddings to bridal showers to everything else, you don't need to put yourself under pressure.
I don't even want to get into the marriage thing. This product, we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time.
We can always call you back.
Yeah.
But anyway, this was episode 4 with the incredibly talented thought leader, Thakane Shale. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And I always say, guys, go into 2021, take care of your finances take care of your money, and your money will take care of you. Have fun, be safe, and enjoy your money. Love, peace, and money.
You've been listening to Money Adventures with TK. We want to hear from you. Don't be shy to like, comment, and share. Money's an adventure. Let's enjoy the ride.